7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Coming soon. Snake River Manufacturing is developing a revolutionary new way to design and build a custom kayak trailer. This modular design lets you customize your trailer one piece at a time, allowing you to grow as you go.
You know, a lot of folks think gorillas can't read. But when the magazine's this good, even I had to subscribe.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me for episode 54. This episode is being brought to you by Snake River Manufacturing. I know the video at the beginning said coming soon, but Snake River Manufacturing is up and running. Go check them out at snakerivermanufacturing.us. Or if you follow the link that's in the chat, you'll be able to see all of the sponsors that are currently sponsoring the USA Kayak Fishing magazine, as well as the Kayak Cafe podcast. This episode is also brought to you by Viking Kayaks USA. You go check them out. They have some cool paddlecraft you might want to give a good look at. All right. So this episode, I have a gentleman who is quite the angler. He has some. He has like a cool fleet of boats that I wish I had. And we're going to dive deep into who he is, where he's from, and what he likes to do. So without further ado, here is Mr. Tyler Bean.
Hey guys.
Hello, Tyler. How are you?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm all right. So for those of people that don't know you, can you give like a brief high-level overview of who you are and what you do?
Well, I love
Charlie
to fish.
nailed it. He said, "You're a great dude. We're done. Good night, guys." No.
No, that's it. Get out of here. I appreciate it, Charlie. So I just enjoy fishing like everybody else, and started fishing, when I was a little kid, and from then on just kept getting worse as I kept going. Had boats, have kayaks. I've been in a kayak since 05. I think I've had everything but a Vibe and a Native. So, been through the ringer on kayaks. But I've landed on NuCanoe and haven't turned my head since. So, been enjoying the ride.
So what's your first memory of fishing? I mean, how early did you get started?
So, my grandfather used to wait. We'd get up in the morning. He'd sneak me out of the house. We'd go to the grocery store, he'd get me a pack of Pop-Tarts, and we'd go out and launch the boat and go fish. And my mom didn't know where we were. And we ended up being out there fishing. He lived in Port Charlotte down in Florida, so we'd go saltwater fishing, catching reds and sheep's head, and catching crabs out from underneath the docks with chicken necks and all that fun stuff. So that was my early memories. And then, of course, bass fishing, all the little local ponds around here in Georgia, going out and fishing from the bank, just wanting to get out there, try something different. Got into kayaks, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I feel like every good story starts with Grandpa used to sneak me out of the house.
Yeah. Yep.
So what was your first kayak, and what got you into that? I mean, so your first, were you first boat then kayak, or?
Yeah, actually, I bought a boat when I was 15 years old. My neighbor repaired boats, and he had one that a guy had left there and said he wasn't going to come get. And he let me buy it for like $3,000. Had a little 115 Johnson on it, and it was like a little Hydrosport 17-foot boat, bass boat, and fixed it up, cleaned it up, redid the floors in it, and went out. We did a lot of skiing and kneeboarding and stuff behind it. Wasn't really fishing from it, but
fun stuff.
We did fish a couple times. Most of the fishing I did, though, I really started in college back in like 05. We used to go hit the river over. I went to VSU, Valdosta State in South Georgia, and we had the Withlacoochee River right there, and get out there in the river and catch Swanee bass and largemouth. until you couldn't
Nice.
catch any more.
So what was your first kayak you ever had?
First kayak was a Johnson Outdoors sit inside that we picked up from Sam's Club for $200.
Nice.
My buddy and I both went in there and bought the ones they had on the rack.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you've gone a little polar opposite on that where you are now, but
yeah. Well, there wasn't many options back then. We had Ocean Kayak, Wilderness Systems had a few, Malibu kayaks were out, and then, like I said, there was a few Old Towns, but the Old Towns were like the Sea Otters and
Mhm.
some of those old sit inside kayaks.
Was there a moment where you just thought, okay, kayak fishing's my thing? You know, this is where I'm at.
No, I mean, back then it was just easy because, we had a truck and you could throw the kayak in there and go down to the river. And we'd park one truck at one of the ramps and ride back up with 2 kayaks and float the river. On the
Yeah.
weekend, no problem. Or camp out on the river all weekend. So that's how it all started. And then after I got out of college, started my job, I bought a boat first.
Mhm.
And one year I think I did 6 trips that year because the weather was so bad, and I was like, I'm not taking the boat out in that. I'm not taking the boat out in that. I'm not taking the boat out. And I told my wife, I said, if I don't use that boat more than 6 times this year, I'm selling it. So that was gone.
Yeah, they say the best days are buying and selling, right?
But on the flip side, I bought into the kayak world. So, and I've had Hobies and Future Beach from I think I got it from West Marine was one of the first ones. And I got in the Wilderness, and then that was when I started doing more brand oriented stuff. And I had the Ride 115, Ride 135, Attack 120, Attack 140. Then I jumped over and got on the Bonafides whenever they released the SS 127, and that was nice. Had a couple Jacksons, so just bounce around a little bit here and there, over the course of the years.
We were talking before. I watched some of your content. Have you always been in the content creation end of it, or have you just sort of worked into that with your positions?
I enjoy going out and filming the stuff and getting the footage and seeing what I can do with it. And that's kind of like a side hobby.
Right.
Because when the weather's bad, I could always edit videos and make something. So just for love of doing the art side of that is why I do so much of the video stuff. But
now let me ask you this, because I watched your videos and as we were discussing before, sometimes with a magazine, when somebody submits stuff, I could tell that person isn't a newbie. They're not a scrub, if you will. They just didn't point and shoot. Your videos seem like you've got great angles. You know where the light's at and the quality. Do you have any type of film training, or is just trial and error over the years?
YouTube, lots
YouTube?
of YouTube.
YouTube
Yeah,
University.
I mean, I'm pretty much self-taught on most of it. I have watched some of the better people doing the videos and tried to take in what they do. We've all seen Peter McKinnon, Daniel Schiffer, all those big names, and some of that stuff doesn't play where we are fishing. So you kind of have to get creative in that aspect, because it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna carry out this big old light over here and put it up here and have the reflector right here. No, we don't have that. You can't do that.
Yeah. You drop Peter McKinnon, I'm like, okay, you put some time and effort in it.
It's been a long journey.
Yes.
So lots of money.
So what cameras do you use for your filming?
I use Sony's, and I've swapped all my action stuff over to GoPro, or from GoPro to DJI.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people switching from every single person like. So I try to use GoPro for my recording. You know, cameras on all corners of the boat.
Yep.
The boat, and then when I would set the hook, almost every single time I would set the hook, you hear beep 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 beep. They're overheated. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I miss the old GoPro, like Hero 4 blacks and Hero 3 blacks. They were just you turn them on and you could go fish. Didn't have to worry about it. But recently it's been overheat. Now I like the image quality. I think is better on the GoPro personally.
Mm-hmm.
but the DJI it's a tank, man. You turn that thing on and it's running wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I care too much about what I put out most of the time, Ryan. Sometimes I'll let one fly. Sometimes I'll just go out there and just shoot something and be like, I gotta get something posted and throw a quick edit on and go. But if I have time and I get the shots I want, I can usually put together something pretty good.
Do you ever go out and just like leave the cameras at home, just like it's going to be a fun day for you?
No, not anymore. No, it's too easy now.
Right.
They got it so easy. You know, I use the little NuCanoe 10 amp hour, and the Pro Power Kit comes with a USB-C adapter. Plug that in, run it up the power pole or the boomstick, plug it into the DJI, and hit record. That thing record for 8.5 hours.
Wow.
With a 256 gigabyte card.
Do you loop record?
Nope. I record everything. The whole
just straight. Oh man.
Yep.
So how do you highlight a? Yeah. Okay. You just scrub through it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just scrub through it. So, and I've done a video about it. So on the DJI mics, if you run the mics, anybody that doesn't do it, that I think you can buy the mic mini for like $32 by itself right now.
Right.
I highly recommend that. You can hit the transmit or the what is it? The link button on the microphone while it's powered on, and it starts and stops recording. So if I catch a fish, I'll just stop recording, start it back up.
Ah, there
you don't have to turn around and hit the camera. You just hit the button on the microphone. And it's so easy. And a lot of times that's what I'll do. I'll just keep fishing, let the thing record everything. Because you never know what you'll get. You'll never know what you'll miss. And, you know.
I used the Insta360, and I loop that just because it's just so much information. So
yeah, I had one of the GoPro, the Max, the first one, and just the workflow on turning the video, getting all the keyframes right, and then having to export that into your video. I was just like, this is getting annoying. I'll just put 2 cameras up. It is nice. They do get some of the stuff that you don't see. You know, like when you're fighting a fish and he jumps behind you. I got a couple tarpon videos where the fish jumped and I had the 360 going, and you could see them off in the distance. Now you can't zoom in because whenever you zoom in, it just goes straight pixelation. But
well, the X5 does 8K, so I can zoom in just a little bit.
yeah.
The 8K is like on a 360, like a little.
Yeah. You got
it sounds good. It sounds good. Yeah.
Got 10 millimeters of zoom there.
So we were talking a little bit before, and you were telling me about your traveling you do. What keeps you motivated to keep going?
Man, it's just the love and the passion I have for the sport. I enjoy meeting people and fishing with them. That's why I got 7 or 8 kayaks now. It's nothing for me to get a call from one of the guys up at Westbrook. My buddies on the team up there. They'll drive down. I'll get the boats out, drag them on the trailer, and we'll go catch redfish, any given weekend. So I that's what I'm going to do. That's how I enjoy my free time. And my wife says you got to do something you enjoy. So she says, go fish.
So I usually ask people, like, if you ever hit a moment where you were almost burnt out and how you overcame it, but it sounds like you're.
No, I'm full of gas. We just keep going.
You're living the dream.
We keep driving. While I'm young and I can do it, I got to keep going.
So what does success for you look like on a daily? Is it a catch, a moment?
I mean, you know how it is. Nobody on YouTube cares about you catching fish anymore.
Yeah.
Nah, it depends. I have goals in my head of what I want to accomplish. Like the other day I went out with Chris, and it was tough. We both only caught like 2 fish, but the objective was to get out there, get him on the max, let him try it out, get his stuff taken care of. And to me, that was an accomplishment. So I had a good time. I met somebody new, fished with them, had a great time with them. Can't wait to do it again. So the camaraderie is really big for me.
Yeah, I enjoy the tight knit groups.
Yep.
So, and I've discussed with other people about how the boating industry or the boating world is a little different than the kayaking world. So,
Nah, man, there's never any fights in boat
no,
clubs. What are you talking about?
never. So, with your current position with NuCanoe, how did that even come about? How do you, if someone out there were looking to become part of a team, how would you recommend they do that?
I would say make sure it's something you enjoy,
Mhm.
a piece of equipment that they make that you really enjoy, and make sure you're using it and know about it and have a thorough understanding of what they're trying to push out to people. You know, always represent in a good way, have a positive attitude with everything, and get as many pictures and videos as you can in high quality.
Yes, high quality. That's true.
No, it's, you know, I'm fortunate. I don't know how it all worked out,
Mhm.
but they asked me to be on the national team last year, and you know, I try and do everything I can to help promote NuCanoe and their equipment, you know, their vessels.
Heck
And
yeah.
I even went and got all the ones they had. Honestly, I think I sold my Frontier a while back, but I figured having the Unlimited and the U10 was kind of enough to cover that
Yeah.
experience.
So,
But
what about NuCanoe like drew you to them? Because I know for myself, I've been through, like you, I've been through all of the kayaks, but I'm a big guy.
okay,
So when it came to finding a comfortable ride that could hold someone my size, it was like calling my name. So, what
so
for yourself?
two things really drew me to the NuCanoes,
Hmm.
and first was like you said, the comfort. And I've watched people go down rapids sideways in these boats,
Hmm.
and I was like, I'm toting around $5,000 worth of cameras sometimes, and I'm like,
And
I
that's
don't
just
want
one
that yard.
camera.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want the yard sale out there in the river. So, that was one reason.
Right.
The other reason though is, I like a clean boat. Like, I really don't carry a lot of stuff. You're not going to see me out there running live scope and everything else. I'm pretty basic. Um, but on the NuCanoes, I can adjust quickly what I want where and on each boat. So I could take the stuff off this Max behind me, throw it on my Unlimited, and it's ready to go tomorrow. If I want to go fish a river in Georgia, I'll grab my U10, drag it out, and the motor goes right onto that, and I take it. I don't feel like anybody makes a perfect single boat
Right.
because they all do something individually better than others. So to me, being able to universally grab parts off of each boat and go to each one, it's kind of like Legos,
Right.
you
Exactly.
just take the little pieces here, and most of the stuff on the NuCanoes all fit the other NuCanoes. The gear pod works from one to the other. Hey, Fletch, daddy. Um, the NuCanoes, though, like you could just take the things off and it all adapts. I
Right.
got 3 or 4 gear pods now, so I don't know why I need those, but I keep flipping them around from one boat to
Collect
the
the
other.
whole
One's
set.
got lights on it, one doesn't have lights, one's for camping, one's for,
Mhm.
set them up for what you need and then go from there.
So I was thinking when you were saying that when you first started the throw and go aspect of your first kayak when you were in college, and I noticed on some of your videos when you go out, you go pretty bare bones,
I
you
do.
know. So
Yep.
is your ultimate goal to go as minimal as possible?
It depends on what I'm going for that day.
Hmm.
I mean, it can change. We've done usually on rivers, I don't usually carry a whole lot anyways. I usually carry like 3 or 4 rods and that's it.
Hmm.
Going down, I'm gonna fish the Bassmaster here in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, about 2.5 weeks. Anyways,
Hmm.
I'm gonna run a fish finder on that one just in case, certain things like that. I feel like I might need the little bit of help here and there to find fish, but in the end, I mean, you just get on the water and cover water, find the fish, and
Yeah.
get what you can. If it's your time, it's your time.
Right. So what responsibilities come with wearing the NuCanoe logo? I mean, is there a certain standard you have to live up to? And
I mean, I have my own standards I want to live up to. Obviously, I want to represent them to my best ability. If anybody asks me to get in a NuCanoe, I'm gonna take them and put them in it. So,
heck yeah.
You know, we're on the promotional staff, pro staff,
Mhm.
to promote their boats and their stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like I can promote anything they have by getting into each one and running it and
Yes.
taking that person, putting them in that boat. I definitely think they have a boat to suit most people's needs now. So,
Yeah, and the authenticity. How important is that to you when you're trying to deliver the message? I mean, is that
oh, I'll tell you exactly what I think of each boat, but you know,
Mhm.
in the end, it's going to be what you feel comfortable in whenever you get on
Yes.
that boat and go. You know, I tell everybody, anyways, I'm like, hey, you need to go demo the boat before you buy it. Definitely get on the water, see how you like the different things, because you know, I can go get in a Crescent Shoaly and say it's one of the stable boats, and everyone will look at me cross-eyed.
Yes. Yeah, I
You
feel
know,
the stability question is like asking
it's
somebody who makes the best pizza.
yeah, it's
Like, oh, here we
it's out
go.
there.
Here we go.
Everybody's gonna be
Yeah.
their fanboy, and you know, I've been in a number of boats. Like I said, the only ones I haven't owned is like a Vibe and a Native, I think.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you know, I've heard Natives are real stable. I'm sure they are. I
Right.
remember whenever they first started pumping out the some of the Mariners back in the day.
It's like watching Christine Fisher walk around her boat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ever have that level of stability. I would have to. A lot of things would have to happen for me to even attempt that. So,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
it's definitely it's out there, and it's on which boat too. I mean,
Mhm.
I can get on half the NuCanoes and stand on all of them and walk around, but you know, certain people can't.
So, what's your favorite NuCanoe? What's your favorite boat they make?
See, I don't really have a favorite because I have like the objective of what I'm going to do,
Mhm.
and I know which boat suits that need. You know, as far as something easy to go with, the U10 is probably one of my favorites because it is pretty
Mhm.
much a do anything. I can saltwater fish, river fish, lake fish. It's light, relatively. I mean, it's 72 pounds. I don't strain whenever I throw it up over a tree or whatever. Um, and you could just do all kinds of stuff with it. I think
Right.
it's a great boat.
Well, let me
Same
ask you
with
this: do you feel um, not awkward, but do you feel a certain type of way when you're talking about the Max, but you're saying how it's better than the U10 and the Unlimited? But it's almost like I'm talking this one up while talking this one kind of down, but it's still an amazing vessel. Like,
yeah. Well, like
yeah.
you know, the Max has improvements,
Mhm.
and as each boat that NuCanoe makes, they're going to gradually improve on the designs to make it better and better and better. That's one thing they're really good with is innovating and adding
Yeah.
to. They listen to the customers and say, what are y'all looking for? You know, like the
Right.
wave breaks on this one right here.
Yes.
It's dry. It's not
Yeah.
like the Unlimited where you go hitting waves and the water's spraying over the sides. Like, you know, they heard us whenever we said it. You do get wet.
Do a
It'll
little
shed the
tongue
water.
tie.
It gets rid of it faster than any other boat out there,
Yes.
but you're going to get wet. You get in a crosswind, you hit a couple waves, and the water's coming in. But you know, with this one, it's just sheds right out, just keeps going.
So, when did you first hear about the Max? And were you privileged enough to be on the early on, like you knew it was coming?
So
You,
I wasn't on the design team, so they did hear about it prior to that. Now I
Mhm.
did hear a little bit here and there about a boat that was coming, and then I think whenever we did the Charleston shoot, they were telling us that the new boat was coming out, and there was some stuff he was showing, but it was all on his phone, so I didn't really get to hold it and
Mm.
be like, "Oh man, that's cool." But at the same time, seeing the pictures, I was on the same page with everybody else. Like, all right, so we added a foot to the Unlimited, and you know, we put a box on the back of it. Okay,
Mhm.
but once I saw it, and you
Yeah.
see that like the foot is extended across the whole main section of the boat.
Right.
It's really an eye opener whenever you get it side by side and see those two boats. And that's why I made that video originally. Whenever I got it home, I was like, I'm gonna put this one beside this one and show everybody like,
Yeah.
this is the U10, this is the Unlimited, this is the Max.
Yeah, I would say
So-
it's kind of like if you just are explaining to someone without the visual, like the one video you have with the aerial of them side by side, it makes it seem kind of anticlimactic, if you will. Like you're like, oh, it's a new boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you say that your first impression was more like a, you could have done so much more?
Well, I mean, it's funny because you say that. I was thinking to myself, I was like, all right, so they phased out the Pursuit. What are we getting in the new boat? And
Yeah.
I knew that they were talking about trying to do another Unlimited style boat where it was a bigger boat. And I know the way the market's going, everybody's wanting that larger boat. So, I kind of foresaw what they were building, but I didn't know what it was actually going to be. So
what problem do you think the Max solved? Like if you had to choose one thing, like I know that there's a lot of, like you said, the wave break, but if there was one hole in the market that it filled, what would you say that would be?
I mean, the big thing is the weight capacity on it. I know it says 750 with the scuppers in.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we were up there testing that thing, we put 7 men in that boat standing. We were out there in the middle of Lanier, and I'm going, we're crazy. It's 45, 50 degrees out here, and we got 7 people standing on a freaking kayak. So we were at 1395 is what we figured up weight-wise.
Wow.
Amongst the 7 of us, standing on a kayak in the middle of Lake Lanier. Well, not in the middle. We were on the side over there, but 7 guys standing on the boat. And I mean, you see where the handle is behind me. There's a crease right there below it. That's where the water line was whenever we were standing in it. And I was like, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, I don't recommend going out and putting 1,400 pounds on your kayak.
No.
It says 750 for a reason. You're going to get wet if you do.
But if you were to do a float bear hunt, you could definitely get your harvest back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could take a good chance of it. If you got to rescue a bunch of people, you could try it.
Yeah. So how does it feel on the water compared to the Unlimited? Because I watched the video of you leaning, people standing in it, and it doesn't look like it's actually moving at all when people are standing on the edge.
Yeah. That was funny because I was trying to get the boat to like roll over on its side a little bit whenever we were testing it. And I was literally, you can see in some of the pictures, whenever I was cutting that motor, I was running wide open and turning the motor as hard as I could. And I was leaning completely over the water, my whole upper torso was over. It wouldn't budge.
Because I watch a couple of the fish releases, and I know like on my Unlimited, I'm a bigger guy than you, of course, but when I lean over, it'll adjust. I call it. It doesn't tip, but it'll move over. And I was watching you guys throw redfish back, and that boat's just like sitting there, not doing anything. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah. Well, and that's because of that extra foot. So, like I said, the main section of the boat where the large rectangle, that whole foot runs out that whole distance, and then at the end it tapers, and that's it. So it's got that stability added in across the entire portion of the boat. You're trying to push that much more down instead of it, If you look at the Unlimiteds, they kind of taper in further back. So it has more of that canoe, that longer point to it. And the Max is just that larger rectangle, and it supports it, man. It's crazy. It's like a dock. It paddles like a paddleboard, though. It's so crazy because it sits so high out the water.
So who would you say that this platform fits the best? What angler would be ideal for this?
I mean, saltwater guys are going to love this boat because it's fast. You can carry the weight. If you want to put a live well back there, there's plenty of room for a live well. Coolers, if you want to carry a full cooler, you can go throw a cast net off of it.
That's true.
And your tournament fishers, tournament guys are going to love this boat because, like I said, it's fast. I think we were pushing like 6.5, 7 miles an hour on some of the motors. So
Wow.
I know the move was like 6.2 to 6.5. And the NK 300, we were running 6.5, 7, just depending on who was on it and what load was on there. So it's a fast boat, and you could put a lot of weight on it. You guys running 2 graphs, running live scope, need a cooler, black pack, 3 black packs, whatever they carry with them now. You can load it down, and it'll give you confidence too, because you can stand up, catch fish over the sides, walk to the front if you need to, get the fish out of your trolling motor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing
Whatever.
that I loved about the Unlimited was, so every other kayak I've had before, anything behind me you might as well just cut the back of the kayak off, because I couldn't turn around to get it. So I could spin around easily. And watching the anglers walk up and down the Max, it looks like it's even. I mean, like that next level. So
yeah, it's pretty insane. Chris Blanco was out there yesterday. He just released a reel, Urban Fishing TV, and he was like, "I'm gonna walk to the back of this thing." He's like, "I don't have the best balance," so I was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna get my phone out just in case this is good, get some viral stuff for you." But he walked all the way to the back and was standing on the top of the stern pod lid, and I was like, "I wouldn't stand on the stern pod lid, but you do you."
Yeah.
But it held him, and he was like, "Man, this is crazy. Like, I wouldn't have ever expected this."
So someone's on the fence about getting the. So let's say myself, I have the Unlimited. What would you tell someone that making the Max purchase is worth the step up? I mean, is it really that big of a difference in the two for someone who's experienced it? Looking at it, it looks like it is to me.
Yeah.
For my body style. But what would you tell somebody who is on the fence?
If first I want to know why you're on the fence.
Yeah.
What's holding you back? What are you trying to achieve with the boat? If the Unlimited suits your needs, by all means, stick with the Unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
There's things that the Unlimited could still do better than what the Max can do. The Max has a larger turn-in radius, so it does take a little more to turn. But there are ways to cheat that too, because now with the Max you can slide the seat all the way back and turn that thing on a hairpin, get the bow light. But it's just, it's hard to say the one thing that's going to push somebody to a boat,
Right.
unless you know what that person's actually looking for. And usually you could get them on there and tell what they need based off of what they're asking or what their concerns are. Like if you were worried about stability in the Unlimited and then you were going to go to the Max, I'd say that the stability is not going to be, it's better. Yes. Are you looking for anything substantial? You're probably not going to get anything like super substantial out of it. I mean, I feel like the Unlimited's super stable already.
Right.
But, the Max does add that little bit more going forward. So, it's not a Flint.
Yeah.
But, and that's what I say, you got to get out there and get on the boats and see what's your style, what's going to fit you, what do you like having where. When they started putting all the console and pods in the middle of the boats, I leaned more and more against that. And then like Crescent came out with all their stuff, and I jumped on the Crescent boats for a while. And, I like that clean deck. I didn't like having all the stuff there.
Right.
And NuCanoe was the other one that did it. And just for a while, I was like, I want to move on to something a little more comfortable. And, NuCanoe had the better seat and all that. So jumped into those. But like I said, testing boats, I don't feel there's a perfect one. But if you kind of hint at what your needs are and what you want and what there's something there to fill that void. Or definitely
so I was looking at the website for the Max. What are some of the changes that they've made to the Max to upgrade it from the Unlimited?
So the Max, you got the grip mount plate, the wave brakes, rod storage. You got the rod bays in the back. You got the access plates, HD access plates in the front and the stern.
Mhm.
The stern pod. You got a extra cup holder on each side. It's got 6 cup holders. You got an extra set of tracks on the gunnel. Got 3 sets on both sides. And the rod holders have been moved closer to the seat.
So you can actually get to them.
You could turn like this and put your rod right behind you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it was something that Chris really enjoyed the other day. He was like, "Oh man, I could actually reach them." Because in the unlimited, it is kind of far back there. Unless you sit the seat back further, you got to turn and like lean back and try and get it back there. And usually, you could just get the rod butt in there and you kind of let it go and say, "All right, hopefully it falls in." But in the Max, you can just turn around and drop it in there.
It seems like you're looking at the layout of all the new items, they basically have covered a lot of the really key upgrades that people would really want, like the grip mount plate. The one addition I love on my unlimited is I have a one objective bow mount, and it's got a heavy duty handle to it. And this looks like it has that same fit and finish. So you got something substantial.
It's an inch thick, and it's injection molded that they make there at NuCanoe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a stout handle. Now, if you do put a bow mount on there, if you flip that handle over, it's got the 4 holes, or it's got 8 holes, I think, because it's got 2 different layouts for 2 different puck systems.
Right.
But like even the move, the first 2 holes are lined up just right for it. Pop those 2 holes, and I put another plate on top of it and drilled right into them. Drop the bolts in, you're good to go.
Yeah, and I like the rod storage tunnels. I was watching somewhere. I don't know if it was one of your videos or not, but they were showing how that the reels actually drop down into the hole
in that rod bay.
Yeah, in the rod bay. It's kind of like they did their upgrades, but they were like, okay, we can make this, but let's do it right.
Yep. So like the U10 had that. So that was why they drug that over from the U10. That along with the rod stagers on the bow right here. Those 3 little grooves.
Mm-hmm.
So like what I like about the rod storage, when I finish like topwater fishing or swim bait fishing, I can wrap that bait up, stick it inside the rod tube that tips out the way, the bait's out the way, and it's back there in the rod bays behind me, and it's secured. So I don't have to worry about knocking that over or whatever. The other 3 I'm running through real quick. I'll throw buzz bait till he gets hit, or chatterbait, whatever. If I get something that hits it hard and I feel it, I can reach over, grab the worm, flip a worm over there, and hopefully catch that fish. And it stays lined up. Those things don't get tangled up because of those little stagers. I've never been much on vertical storage on rods behind me. I just never have.
That's the river experience right there, I bet.
Yeah.
You float under a tree, look back, and there's just like ornaments.
Yeah. Or rods.
Yeah.
But
so with the stern pod, I'm just kind of working my way down the side here.
Yeah, you're good.
With the stern pod, does that come out, or is it in there all the time?
So the stern pod is built in. It's actually recessed into the hull, and they made a channel all the way around it.
Mm-hmm.
And the stern pod actually seats. Whenever you close the lid, it sits down in the groove, and it's got a gasket. And whenever you pull those latches down, it actually sandwiches. And I just did a video the other day that I sent to NuCanoe. Hopefully he gets it out soon. But poured a 5-gallon bucket of water over the top of it, and then opened the lid, and there's nothing in it. So it keeps the stuff dry in there. It's going to be dry storage. You can use it for, if you don't have a battery to throw in there, you can put camping gear in there, sandwiches, clothing, whatever miscellaneous stuff you want to put in there. It's just extra storage. And the good thing with it is it's accessible. You spin the chair around and you can pop open the latches and get in there.
I can see that as being your permanent storage for emergency items.
Yeah, like I'm gonna put. Yeah, I'll put my battery back there, and I'm gonna have my lights. Probably put a change of clothes in there, stuff like that.
Yeah, I like the access ports they have too. They're a lot bigger than what was on the unlimited.
Yep, the HD access port. It's got a so that's actually got a instead of it being just a plastic one, I know you're familiar with the old ones. So the plastic, they had the plastic and it had a rubber gasket that went underneath it. Well, this one's got the gasket mounted to it and it actually skirts all the way around the outside. So that skirt will sit down over the top, and then there's an inlay gasket on the inside, kind of like an O-ring, and it sits down and sandwiches. So it's protected pretty well, especially once you tighten down them bolts, the 4 screws that are on it.
Yeah, the one that's pictured here, it shows the padding in the footwell area. Will they have the padding kit for the
Yeah, the padding kit's out on the
kit?
accessory website now, so you can do a completion. It's
Yeah,
like
'cause
40 pieces or something like that.
Yeah, mine has a completed kit on it, and I like the way it looks. So
Yeah, it's nice for sound too.
mhm.
You know, you drop a lure or something, unless it hits right dead in the middle of the drainage system, it'll kind of pad that little noise a little bit. Sliding stuff around doesn't slide around too much. Another good thing about the Max is it rides really dry.
Yes.
So like the water doesn't come into the hole with those scuppers.
Yeah, we were discussing that when the Unlimited, if you're in some chop, it's going to come in. It goes out quick, like you said.
Yeah.
It drains really quickly.
Drains super fast.
Yeah. Just washes your feet a little bit. That's what.
Yeah. Well, and you know, on the Unlimited, if you left all the scuppers out while you were running, you could actually get water running in through the scupper holes if you don't have the scuppers in. And with the Max, they got those performance scuppers, so you just tighten them down.
Yes.
And it won't get any water in the boat. You can walk all over it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I am having. The only thing that I don't like about the Unlimited for myself is the transducer mount through hull.
Yeah,
because I have all my scuppers in, but the through hull's not watertight.
Yeah.
And with all of the stuff I've got going on, water gets in, and it's just in there. So I have to make the determination: am I going to let them all bleed water in, or just take this one? So
yeah, I don't usually run them. I usually leave mine out. They usually sit in a box in the garage. I got like 20 of them in there.
I think everybody's got an extra stash hanging around. Yeah. So I know that you mentioned the hull, but if you wouldn't mind, just explain how the water hits that lip and what's it do, and behind you with the
So
with
you'll
the water.
see, like when you're running this boat, the water will actually wash up like to right here, and it just folds out as it's coming. So I think I got a close up on a reel and a short of Mike Manavon and up at Westbrook. He was laying down on the bow while I was running, and he was pushing on the nose trying to get it to go underwater.
Yeah, I saw that. Like he's doing
I don't
push-ups.
think he ever got it deeper than like this.
No.
And I mean, that's a 200-pound guy up there on the bow of the boat trying to shove it under, and it's not going under, you know, and that's all the weight forward too. So
yeah, that's one thing too, is like when I look at these people, like Brian, when he's showing his stuff, he's like, I could stand on the edge. I'm thinking to myself, you look to me like you're $120.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like,
Brian's a tall guy though. Like he's 6'3", 6'4".
He looks small next to the Max.
Yeah. I think he said he was like 180, somewhere in there, in the ballpark of 180. So 170, 180, something like that.
It just makes it difficult to appreciate how much it's absorbing, you know, because you don't know how big the guys are.
Yeah. And it's tough. And that's, you know, I've gotten all the flack too, because I've stood on the gunnel of this one, the Unlimited, and everyone's like, oh yeah, you're not that big, blah blah blah, do it in rough water. I'm like, it's not the point.
Yeah.
Like I could stand on the side of the boat. Y'all go stand on the side of your boat and send me a video of it. Let's see what we got.
I might be able to.
Yeah.
On dry land.
That was funny. Whenever I stood on the side of this one, I was holding my paddle, and I actually started paddling it while I was standing on the side. And I was like, this is crazy. It's that much more stable than the Unlimited. I could actually paddle it around standing on the gunnel.
Yes. So let me ask you this, because I know a lot of people, when the boats get bigger, the kayaks get bigger, the fear is, okay, if the motor goes out, if I need to paddle back. Am I going to be able to make it back? What is your opinion on the Max and paddling?
To tell you the truth, the first day we had it in Lanier, I didn't even run the motor on it. I just paddled it, and I was impressed. Like I even put the drone up and had it follow me, just to see what it looked like and how it tracked.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it tracks beautifully. Of course, it's 13.5 foot, so I expected it to. But any of the guys that have run the Pursuits, it paddles a lot like the Pursuit. Like your initial paddle is to get the momentum going. But once it's moving, I mean, I got it up to 4.5 paddling, and I
Wow.
was really impressed. But like steady paddling, I could probably hold 3.8, 3.9 is what I figured whenever I was paddling mine with I ran the GPS app on my phone and just screen recorded it and was paddling it. And I was holding like 3.8, 3.9 for at least 10 minutes.
So I know with my unlimited, I paddled in some windy conditions, and I
Yeah.
had the rudder with the foot steer, and that I needed that to stay true while paddling
Yeah.
because of the wind and stuff like that. Do you feel that the Max is going to be true in the wind, or will it catch as much as the unlimited?
So it catches wind. It does catch wind more because it sits higher out of the water.
Mhm.
Paddling it though, I didn't feel like it was necessary.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a rudder just because I'm running the bow motor, and you can go hands free whenever you're running that. But that's about the only reason for it for me. I'm not getting a rudder just because I'm paddling it.
Gotcha. Yeah,
But
that
it
was the
paddles. It was impressive. I was really thinking like, all right, I had the unlimited. I've paddled it. Yes, you can do it. But this one just seems to like glide. It's so much faster on the water than, and I guess it's because of how the whole hole sits higher out of the water. It floats higher, more buoyant
yeah.
because of that displacement. And it's like paddling a paddleboard sometimes. It takes off.
Yeah, I feel like NuCanoe's a lot like Crescent, if you will. They have NuCanoe has motor capability, but they're paddle centric. I would say first, their mindset is like
Yeah, they
everyone
try
who
and keep it
buys
where
this,
it's paddleable.
yeah, and then if you want to throw stuff on it to make it go fast, that's between you and whoever. But if
Yeah.
you get it with just a paddle, you're going to be fine.
Well, and
Yeah.
that was the other thing with the NuCanoes is you could do anything to them. I could put any motor on that boat,
Yes.
anything, and on any of them.
And I'll say the one thing, not that I want to be fanboying about my NuCanoe, but I am. Is the quick connect for the motors is so
It's great.
amazing. Yeah, you can
It
have
is
like
great.
4 different styles of motors and just click, 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 click
Yep.
between all the mounts. So I
It is great.
believe the quick connect and the foot steering will go from the unlimited to the Max, correct?
Yep. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's the same kit. The cable's longer.
Mhm.
The cable's 9 foot instead of 8 foot on the Max. I think that's the only difference. But the bracket's the same, and the foot is obviously the same. I think the EPSs. I think the new kits are coming with the new pulley that goes on the track mount.
Mhm. So
For
let
the
me ask you
retract.
this: you've done a lot of different motors on the Max. Which one do you think, in your opinion, is best suited for that vessel?
I'd say it's hard to say.
Okay, let's just say for speed, because I know that everybody has their different. Like, which one do you think
For
pushes it
speed,
the
the 6
best?
horse I ran was the best. We gotta get Coast Guard rating for that though.
Yeah,
I think did like 15. It was
you're
great.
like Kawasaki 25. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah. So
Got a Gerald
but
Swindell moment there.
I think if you're really looking for speed, the faster ones were the NK300, the 1103s, the Torpedo, those sterns. Now the move, and this is why I went ahead and jumped on a move because of the wind issue, holding
Mhm.
yourself up in the wind if you're trying to fish or work a certain bank. The whole reason why I don't run the XI3 a lot is because it didn't have the speed. You put an XI3 on there, you're going 4 miles an hour, and I was like, I just don't want to do 4. Like I want to be able to go and do what I need to do. And 4 is like maxed out wide open. That thing will cruise 4 miles an hour, no problem. And I can go up to 6.5 miles an hour running the move on there. And it'll help hold me up in the wind if I want to fish a certain spot, a point, or go down the jetties and work a jetty line trying to catch reds and trout. I can do that. So for me, the move was the one I needed to go with.
Yeah,
It eliminates that second motor. It is really impressive. And, I know it's a pricey one. It's not cheap. But at the same time, you buy quality stuff and it lasts. I've had an XI3 since the SS127s were made.
Mhm.
So, and it's the same one. I haven't had to replace it. You take care of the stuff, it'll last. So I'm hoping I get the same thing out of that. If I do, I get 5-6 years of the motor.
Yes.
So to me, it's worth it.
So, what type of fishing have you done in the Max? I mean, have you had it? I know you've done some saltwater stuff with some reds or saltwater stuff. Have you done any other type of fishing out of it to get a good feel of it on different types of water?
I just did the reds. We did some inshore stuff. I haven't taken it on a river yet. I wanted to try and get it on the river, but I got sick last week, so I didn't really bounce around as much as I wanted to. But I took it out to Orange Lake. I tried to go catch a 10-pounder out there. I couldn't find any. I got a 3. Then we went down to Kissimmee. I went and did some practice down there and shot that stuff with Chris and caught a few bass there. But overall, man, it's just been lakes and intercoastal so far. I tried to pick some nasty days to go out. I went on Orange Lake when it was blowing 25. I had like a 1-foot chop, but it doesn't look rough, and videos never do it justice. I work offshore with dredging, and I've seen pictures of 6 and 8 foot waves that would make people, pee themselves. And you take the picture, and it's like it looks like a normal day. It's just like you can't even see the waves, and it's like, oh, that's kind of boring.
It's rough out here. Like, doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. It's funny. They used to pull up the surf cams and go, yeah, it doesn't look that bad in the surf cam. I was like, yeah, okay, come on out here in the boat.
Yeah,
hop in your dinghy, let's go.
So let me ask you this: with the Max, and you've done some intercoastal stuff. I know, like we're here in Virginia Beach, and we have tidal issues like crazy. With a boat that big, number one, what's the draft on it? Would you say? I don't think there's an official number, is it? But how shallow can you get?
I'd say 2 to 4 inches. I was surprised. Wow. I could run over a soda can easy. You can knock a soda can over on a bottom. I ran it over some oysters and some really shallow stuff, and I thought I was going to touch, and I was like, holy crap, I made it right over the top and never even touched. It was pretty impressive. But like I said, I think that's why it has the speed it does, is because it sits so high out in the water.
Yeah.
Now, it's going to depend on load also, but,
right.
Looking at it in the water, I want to say it was like right at 3 inches.
Awesome. Well, is there anything that you want to like share about it, or that we haven't covered yet? Or,
man, I just want everybody to get out on them and actually try them.
Yeah.
I tried reaching out to a bunch of the team guys to try and get them on these boats, and just because you don't really appreciate the extra foot until you actually stand on there and you're like, oh my gosh, we were out there at the chute, walking off a pontoon boat, stepping onto the kayak, going and running it, doing whatever. Didn't even have to stop and like hold it and brace the kayak. Like, oh no. He comes Brian pulls up, or we pull up the kayak. Brian just steps right off into it and carries on. I think Mike and I were passing each other, and we got the bright idea. We're like, what can we do to try and show the difference in this boat? And one of them was like, let's try crossing from one boat to the other while it's moving. So Mike's coming at me, and I'm going towards Mike, and Brian's standing there and stepping from one boat to the other boat while we're trying in the middle of running by each other. And I'm like,
it sounds weird till it works, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking backflip. Like, oh my goodness.
Put some more people on the boat. All right, let's get 7 people on here.
So if somebody wants to get their hands on a Max to test it out, who would they? Is there anybody they could reach out to, like you or someone on the team, to say, hey, I'd like to test drive this first, or at least see it before I buy it? Or in the water versus on the showroom floor.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And most of your local shops, most of them will set you up with somebody. And I mean, I know the Maxes have just been released. They're shipping. They just started shipping the other day, so they should start, showing up around the areas, around the dealers, and you should be able to get up with somebody that'll get you on the water. NuCanoe has it on their site. I think you can go in there and look at all the staffers where they are across the U.S. I don't know how up to date that is. Some of them probably aren't up to date, but I'm sure if you get in touch with somebody in that area, they can get you on a boat or try and get you hooked up with somebody who has a boat. If you're in the Southeast, hit me up. I'm back and forth all the time. I may not be able to get you in for a little bit, but I can get you in one at some point, or I might know somebody.
Yeah.
So,
I know that the local shop, Great Outdoor Provision Company, they don't necessarily, they do on the water demo days, but if you want to buy, if you're thinking about buying a boat, you put a deposit down, it's like $100. You can take the boat and it goes towards the purchase of the boat. But if you don't buy it, it's just basically like a rental fee.
Right.
So, just check around your shops, but
definitely check your shops. Like Westbrook, we'll try and get you on the boats. Fletch and them are usually pretty good about getting everybody out. They'll get up we got a team, the Westbrook guys out there, and I think they got a good representation of most of the boats. We can usually get everybody on everything now. I know they did an RVR and XTR, a couple of other ones the other day. So definitely check your local shops.
So let me ask you this. This will be my final question. Oh, they would say, buy me a coffee and a donut.
That man will do anything for his coffee.
There we go. Do you think that this is going to be the biggest boat we see from NuCanoe?
Yeah, I think it'll be the biggest for a while, unless things get crazy. But I don't see them getting much bigger than 13.5.
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
I see the trend of them getting with the heavier weights and the bigger, and yeah, I didn't know if they were going to throw their hat in the ring for like a larger, like a team rowing canoe.
Yeah, we'll get out there.
Yeah, get the whole team on.
Nah, I mean, I don't know what they come up with. I'm on the R&D team, but
I'm sure there's a drawing of something crazy somewhere.
I'm sure if the demand grows, they'll put something in the game for sure.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on. And if there's anybody you want to shout out, or if anything's coming up for you that you want to let everyone know about, just let me know. Floor is yours.
Like I said, y'all get out there, get on the get with your local dealers and check for the demos. See if you can get out on those boats. Especially if you're on the fence about it, I definitely would try and get on the water. And bigger's not always better. Yeah, there is a limit on how big you want to go.
Yes,
but
especially if it's a drag it to the.
Yeah. I mean, that one's not bad. It's 100 pounds. I think it's balanced well though. It's not like awkward heavy where you pick up one side and you're like, oh my god. You might get heavy with that battery in the back if you put it there, but other than that, it's pretty manageable. But yeah, definitely get out to your local dealers, get them to get you a demo set up, or talk to some of these pro guys, see if they can get you on the water with one of theirs. Usually these guys are pretty good to work with, and they'll get you out there, try and get you taken care of. It's definitely the best way to test a boat, and do it multiple times, just so you don't get like a second crazy feeling about it. Shout out to NuCanoe. I appreciate everything they do for me, hooking me up.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I know you're a busy man with the new release, and I appreciate you taking time out.
Yeah, no problem.
Took you away from your ice cream. I know that was hard. I know.
Oh, no, you're good.
You're like it's melting by my foot. Just say goodbye.
No, it's all good.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on and sharing some information about the who you are, where you came from, and all of the products that you are dealing with NuCanoe. If you guys have an opportunity, like you said, go check them out. As someone who's a bigger guy, it has served me well, and I can't wait to try the Max, just because I think it's the progression I'm going. So go check them out. So
I definitely think you'll enjoy the Max. It's a peace of mind boat. Like you get in it and you just sit back and you're like,
yeah,
you can just let it all go. Just there's no worries. I couldn't see anybody trying to flip that. I don't see it.
Yeah, I think it's if I had to say what it's for, it is for a bigger paddler. Yes, it is for someone who wants peace of mind, but I think it's perfect for someone who doesn't fish every single weekend. Because for myself, when I get to go, I'm not gonna say I'm relearning how to kayak every single time I go, but there's always that fear of like, okay, well, am I gonna fall out of this thing getting in it? Am I gonna flip it over while I'm out? Because I don't fish every single weekend. I'm behind the computer or talking to people. So I 20 minutes into it, I'm back to where I was. But that initial boom, but I know that the NuCanoe platform is going to hold me. I know it's going to be there for me, and I'm good to go. So I think that's what that platform was for, is for the person who wants to be out with the big dogs. They are a big dog, but they're just not always playing the game. So
yeah. I mean, it's definitely bigger. It'll hold you.
Awesome.
I think it'll do a lot of guys good. I think it will. I think it definitely, its rivals what the XTR. So,
perfect. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put you in the background, say goodbye to everyone, and I'll come back to you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you again.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
All right, everyone. That was episode 54 with Tyler Bean, talking about the Max and everything that he's got going on. So go check out NuCanoe. This episode is brought to you by Snake River Manufacturing. Go to snakerivermanufacturing.us and check out all of the kayak trailers that Steve and the crew are putting together. They have, in my opinion, the best kayak trailers to get you to and from the water. So go pick yourself up one of those. Also go to Viking Kayaks USA and check out their paddlecraft. I think you'll be able to pick up something there to get you out on the water, paddling around and having some fun. So also, kayakcoffee.com has provided us with a gift certificate, a gift code of Kayak 20 gets you 20% off. So go to them, go to kayakcoffee.com and use code CAFE20 for 20% off. Also in the comments, if you go up to the top, you'll see a link to all of the sponsors. Go in, click their links and give them some love. And there's also a brand new drawing in there. So if you want to get in the giveaway, go ahead and click the link in there and fill it out. So thank you again for hanging out with me again, and I'll see you next week.